And Terry.
Cindy.
There we go. Wow, I'm really nervous.
Don't be, we're pretty nice.
Yeah.
We are.
No, I'm nervous I'm not going to get home in time to watch all my shows.
You don't have a TV on?
Flatter yourselves. No, you know,
Oh, man.
you're in the spitting section, by the way. I spray, so if I get close, seriously, think Gallagher. Someone got that. Thank you. All right. I wrote that in the dressing room. I really did. I'm doing something really strange tonight. I'm doing my show backwards. Remember that movie Memento?
Yeah.
That was really cool. That's how this is going to work tonight. I'm doing it backwards. I'm going to start with my encore. Seriously, I really am. And then I'm going to do my speaking portion, sermon-y thing, and then I'm going to do my set. And I've never done this before, but I think it's going to be really cool. It's going to be like eating my dessert first, so I can relax through dinner and not think about dessert the whole time. So bear with me. Oh, by the way, I always have to say something like this at the end of the show. For you cheap bastards who don't see it already, there's a tip jar. Rock and roll ain't cheap. There's an email sign-up book if you want to receive thousands of unnecessary things from me a month. And I brought something for everybody here. I have a new record coming out 1 week from today, The Liberal Soul. And we're being filmed for TV Land. And not the good one, the YouTube one, but it's a start. And I was going to have like a CD release party, but they're always really hit and miss. Either you get a bunch of people who show who you're not going to see for another year till you give away free CDs, or nobody comes and your feelings get hurt. So I decided to make the whole week like my CD release party, and you guys are the first. So I brought the first copies of my new record for you guys. Nobody has these yet.
Cool.
That's where you applaud. Since you're applauding, someone needs to say encore. Will you stay and I love a story? If you stay, you won't be sorry. We believe in you. Soon you'll grow. Take a chance with a couple of Kooks. I'm up on romancing. Will you stay and I love a story? If you stay, you won't be sorry. We believe in you. Soon you'll grow. Take a chance with a couple of Kooks. I'm up on romancing, yeah. Bought a lot of things to keep you warm and dry. A funny old crib in which the paint won't dry. I bought you a pair of shoes, a trumpet you can blow, and a book of rules of what to say to people when they pick on you. 'Cause if you stick with me, you're gonna be pretty kooky too. Will you stay and love a story? If you stay, you won't be sorry. We believe in you. Soon you'll grow. Take a chance with a couple of Kooks. I'm not one romancing, yeah. If you ever have to go to school, remember how it messed up this old fool. Don't pick fights with the bullies or the cats. I'm not much caught for punching other people's dads. And if the homeward brings you down, then we'll throw it on the fire and take the car downtown. Will you stay and I love a story? If you stay, you won't be sorry. We believe in you. Soon you grow. Take a chance with a couple of Kooks. Hung up on romancing. Will you stay and I love a story? If you stay, you won't be sorry. We believe in you. Well, I really appreciate you stuck it out for my whole show tonight. Actually, it's now since you're all an hour late, I guess this would be the time where I'd be doing the spoken word portion. I promise you, if you were me, you'd be really like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do right now. But it's kind of cool because you've stuck with me through the whole show. I mean, I know you're really there for me and you love me and accept me. So, and I'm learning to tolerate you. I mean, you know, I wouldn't wear some of that out in public, but that's okay. So, that having been said, I want to tell you that when I set up this house concert, the discussion of the possible clashing of spiritual culture came up between me and one of the hostesses. And it comes up anywhere I perform. It comes up anywhere I perform. Because, I mean, I'm a minister. I'm a musical evangelist. I cross-dress and scream about Jesus for a living. And that's what I do, neener, neener, neener. And, you know, he politely said, you know, there may be non-believers in the room. And I politely said, well, maybe I won't preach. And he politely said, because I don't want you to do anything you wouldn't normally do. I just wanted you to understand the environment you were going to be in. And I was like, well, he doesn't understand the environment I'm going to bring. But seriously, I always respect the place that I'm in. So I think that when you have an intimate setting like this, despite this huge chair in between us that I can't come over and really clean, you guys just toss this or something.
Around.
Yeah. Not with what I'm wearing. But I think it'd be a shame if we didn't chat, meaning I do all the talking and you do all the listening. Amen? Amen? All right, so that having been said, I thought about it and I finally decided the best way to do this was first off to start with my encore work backwards. Because after this, everything I do after this, you're going to love me. It's guaranteed. And I just played the hardest songs. I didn't write it, believe it or not. And, but what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to share with the group was that I've had a lot of people come up to me in performance venues and say, why on earth, when you're so talented and so cool and so, you know, fashionably post-modern, what'd you say?
Fabulous.
I'm guys, I'm fabulous. Thank you, sir. Are you single? And why would you spend your time performing in, you know, clubs and bars and festivals and parking lots, anywhere they'll have me, you know, singing about Jesus? And I said, well, you know, everyone performs from their spiritual center. We all write our songs from our spiritual center. When the Beastie Boys sang, you got to fight for your right to party, they meant it. That's why we all dig that song. Come on, man. I have that record. You know, but I'm serious. We bought it. We bought it because they meant it, and they meant it because it was truthful for them. And yeah, you know, I evangelize for a living, but I'm not really going to try to cram my religion down your throat. I am you. I'm going after you tonight. Yeah. You need extra special attention tonight, okay? So when I need to pull someone up to touch them on the head and have them go down and come up speaking in tongues. Yeah. You think it's funny? You're really quiet back there when I have fire rain down from heaven. Unless you think I'm fabulous, right? So now it's time to say yes.
We're going back.
Yeah, we're going back. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're going in shifts, just like Memento did. It went in shifts. It didn't really go backwards, or else everyone would be talking like, you know, like, we're not doing that. But I want to say this, and then I will get back to what you're probably expecting. I want to say this, that I am a gay Christian recording artist. I'm a minister, I'm a performer, I'm a songwriter, and I'm a dad. I'm obnoxious and I embarrass people. And I have a really cool job. I get to create for a living, I get to color outside the box 24/7. I don't answer to anyone except God, and He's really the nicest boss I've ever had. And with as much grief as I've gotten from Christians for what I do, I've always said, you know, you should thank me, because this horrible war in our country between Christians and all alternative communities, at least there's one person out there making guys not look like hate mongers, because I'm not. But I've had equal grief from the gay community for using the word Jesus, which is now a bad word. And I've said, you know, in all fairness, you guys should thank me too, because I'm I'm fighting your battle. I don't know anyone else who goes and does what I do. I don't know anyone who goes and spends time with Christian leaders and has any credibility that that people respect it, because people do respect my ministry because, well, what was I again? Fabulous. And I don't mean to offend, I just mean to challenge. And I know that when Christians hear the word gay and gay people hear the word Christians, and non-believers hear the word Christians, and rednecks hear the word gay, I mean, over and over and over again, we have so much hate. We have so much hate. And the goal of my work is to pacify some of that. I don't want to be tolerated, I want to be loved. I think everybody feels that way. Amen? You can say amen. It doesn't mean you're like tricked into going to church. I tricked him into going to church. So after a couple of records, when I first started doing this ministry about 10 years ago, I've never been in a closet, by the way. I've never lived a secret life. I went through a lot of processes becoming a Christian and dealing with my sexuality, and and I got married and had a bunch of kids, but everybody knew where I was at. And it wasn't until I started this ministry about 10 years ago that I suddenly had that experience that other people had of being trapped in some kind of closet, because I thought I was going to get a ton of support from gay churches, and I didn't. So I was a gospel recording artist, and the only places I could play were churches, so obviously I had to keep my mouth shut about who I was. And after a couple of years of that, when I had a fairly successful record, I said, you know what, I'm going to come out, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to deal with the church. I'm going to use my platform for change. I'm going to do something. I was born in this particular period of time of history, and I can actually do something because I know everybody now. I can make phone calls. I'll make waves if I start telling people who I am. And so I put out a record called Zombies that let the church know what I thought of them. When I think about what we have, I look at you and you're so sad. I'm sick and tired of playing games, pointing fingers and naming names. When I think about what we have, shadows out of nowhere. It's my church and I'm afraid to go there. There's zombies on the loose tonight. There won't be any kids goodnight. Zombies walking down the hall. Zombies staring out the scared. That's right, I'm so scared. If I feel this uncomfortable now, what's gonna happen? When you really, really get to know me, are you gonna turn your back on me? Are you gonna turn your back on me? Are you gonna turn your back on me? Or are you just gonna talk behind mine? Are you just gonna talk behind mine? Are you gonna talk behind mine? The wall is high, a black barn, a baby in my arm in swaddling clothes, and I know soon that the sky will split and the planets will shift. Balls will take a drop and all that exists will stop. Little sister, the sky is falling, I don't mind. Little sister, the fates are calling on you. Oh, here I stand again, so let me grow in. She rushes up my knees like flame, and I feel like some misplaced joke of art, and it causes you. Looking up at me, oh baby, I remember when you were born. It was dawn and the storm, and settled in my belly, and I rolled in the grass, and I spit out the gas, and I lit a match, and the boy went flash in the sky, and the planets hit. While the trees dropped and all existence stopped. Little sister, the sky is falling, I don't mind. Little sister, the fates are calling on you. I was young and crazy, so crazy I knew I could break through to you. So with one hand I rocked you, and with one heart I reached for you. I knew your youth was full to take me fire on the metal plate, so I ran through the fields of the past of the baby faces. First from the barn in a violet, violet sky, and I fell to my knees and I pressed you against me, and I prayed for the very first time. I prayed for the very first time.